Hi, it's Paul here, and what we're going to do today is walk you through the new Sonos app. There's been a little confusion with the latest update from Sonos regarding the app, so I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the basic features of the new app. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to tap Sonos, and it is going to take me directly into my room. So what you notice initially with the new app is there are 5 icons at the bottom. Starting from left to right, you've got My Sonos, Browse, Rooms, Search, and More. Right off the bat, the most important icon that you have is Rooms. Reason being is this. You have to tell Sonos what room you want to play music in before you can start picking music or choosing music, right? So just for these demo purposes, I just have one room set up called Family Room. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to tap right there in the black portion of the where it says Lucky That Way, Joe Walsh. I'm going to tap right there, and it is going to open up the cover art that you're used to seeing. And this is a bit more of a familiar screen for people who've had Sonos before. This is where your volume and your play and like and dislike buttons are. Now, here's where some of the confusion lies. How do you get out of here? And the way you get out of here is if you look directly up at the top where it's Joe Walsh Radio on Pandora, directly above there, there's a little dash. Just tap that and it will make this go away. Now, let's say, for example, we want to go into Pandora, or one of our other services and play some different music. What we want to do is we want to go just to the left of Rooms. There's, again, it says Browse. Just go to Browse. And right now I'm in Napster, as you can see. I'm going to tap to the left. You saw that little chevron or arrow up at the top left-hand corner. Just tap that, and you see it there again. It's top left-hand corner, little arrow, and it will take you back and forth between the services that you subscribe to. So I'm going to go into Pandora, and the first thing that you're going to see is kind of like a let's call it a home screen for Pandora. And you can go to My Stations or Thumbprint Radio, but for simple purposes, let's just go into My Stations. And the biggest change that folks see immediately is that the stations are no longer in alphabetical order. They have been categorized by use. So if you see, the first few stations that I have been listened to today, December 7th, 2017. If I scroll down, they get further and further back in time to where, I've got a lot of stations on my Pandora, and it goes all the way back into 2014. If I want to choose something, I'm just going to grab something. Let's say this. All you have to do is tap it, just like you always have with Sonos, and it is playing. And you can see the equalizer bars. It's playing, but we don't really know what it's playing. What you want to do is look down at the bottom of the screen, and it says The Way You Make Me Feel and somebody, right? If you just tap that, it will open up, and it's obviously Michael Jackson. If I want that to go away again, I just go right back up at the top, and that dash above the title, Get On Your Feet Radio on Pandora, and we're just going to tap that dash, and it's going to close that out. Now, the reason why Sonos made some of these changes is because they are trying to more or less create a hub for all of these services for you so that you don't have to go back and forth between services. In my case, it would be Napster or Pandora and TuneIn. What they want you to do is to be able to easily search. So just to the right of Rooms, you see Search. So if we go to Search, let me go back to kind of the starting position. And again, I'm just hitting that top left arrow up at the top. So I can go to Search, and I can search by artist or song or album or playlist, whatever. But I'm going to go to artist, and I am just going to type in Bruno Mars. I'm just going to stop at Bruno because he'll obviously be the first one. So what you see here is any selections from Bruno Mars in Napster or Pandora. Now, let me take it one step further and go into something that I will have in, if I can spell it, it will also, the new search feature will also search your iPhone, your Napster, or your Pandora, or any service. So it will actually go into your iPhone and see, or your phone Droid. It will check to see if anything matches that in your phone as well. So it just makes it very, very easy to search. You're not having to go into a bunch of different apps to do that. Now, let's say we found something that we wanted to search for, Sturgill Simpson, and you see an arrow to the right of Sturgill Simpson at Napster. I can tap that arrow, and we have a selection of his top songs or main releases. So let's say I'm going to go to main releases, and these would be 3 albums that he has. I am going to go to A Sailor's Guide to Earth. Okay, and if I want to add this entire album to my Sonos, which is all the way down at the bottom left of our screen, I'm just going to go all the way up to the top right of our screen, and I'm going to hit those 3 little dots. And when I do that, the first selection is Add Album to My Sonos. And if I select that, which I'm going to do right now, it has just added it in there. But I'm going to go back real quick. If I wanted to play this entire album, I can just certainly hit play now or what have you. I'm just going to cancel out of here. Now, when I go into My Sonos, here are the albums that I have selected. And as you can see, A Sailor's Guide to Earth is right there. So if I go in here, I can hit play all, and it will start playing all of the songs and won't stop until it gets to the bottom. I can also do this with Pandora Stations. As you can see, I've got a bunch of different stations now. A big difference I think we are used to with mobile devices going up and down, up and down. The way that they have done this with the stations for Pandora and the playlists for that matter is you go left and right. So if you've got more than, say, 4 stations here in your My Sonos, you go left and right. Same thing here with playlists, you go left and right. And let's see, so we've covered My Sonos, we've covered Browse, we've covered Rooms, we've covered Search. Let's go over to More. These are some of the advanced features. So, for example, if you have a new Play, it comes with Amazon Alexa built in. If you have a Play One or some other Sonos devices and have an Amazon Alexa in your home, you can use the voice services. If you want to add music services, again, these are all of the apps. The holidays are coming up when I'm creating this video. So let's say, for example, somebody comes over your house and says, hey, do you have that app? You can go to Add Music Services. Let's say, for example, it's Spotify. You can go in there and add Spotify. Okay, I'm going to just hit done and get out of there. And then you can also set alarms. So if you wanted to set a new alarm, let's say, for example, at 8 a.m. in the family room, right? And then for the music, you could pick the Sonos Chime, which is not bad. It's certainly not nearly as bad as an alarm clock. But you could also pick something from your Sonos playlists or from any of the services that you subscribe to, Napster, Pandora, what have you. I'm going to back out of here. If however long we want it to repeat, if we want it to just do once, or if we just want it on, say, for example, Sunday or Saturday, you can do it that way. Whichever you prefer. You can turn up the volume for the alarm if you are a deep sleeper. And that's it. So that is, in a nutshell, the basic features of the new Sonos app. Hopefully this helped, and have a great day.